Greetings and welcome to the Maine Motor Transport Association's 2020 Virtual Annual Banquet. My name is Alan Reed, President and CEO at PAF Transportation, and I am honored to be the Chairman of the MMTA. Like you, we would all prefer to be gathered together at our traditional in-person conference in Portland, and we will all miss seeing old friends and making connections with new people in our industry. But, like everyone's business operations, we have to adapt to the environment we have, not necessarily the one we want. And here's to hoping we will all be together again in January of 2022 with 550 of our closest friends. When discussing this year's annual banquet with Brian, all options were on the table. We knew the COVID situation was likely not going to allow for large gatherings, and canceling the event was not an option. MMTA's annual banquet has a long and distinguished tradition for bringing the trucking industry together to share camaraderie despite whatever is going on in Maine or the country at the time. But most importantly, the night has always been about recognizing the accomplishments of people in our great industry from the past year. Safety is key to what the trucking industry does, and that safety starts and ends with good people, professionals in their field, whether it is our professional drivers protecting the motoring public, professional technicians who ensure safe equipment, safety directors who organize and manage crucial safety cultures, or our dispatchers who are behind the scenes working with drivers and customers to ensure safe deliveries. We all have a shared goal of safety, and we all have our role to play, which is why we decided to hold this event virtually. There was no way we weren't going to deliver our industry awards and recognition because people have simply worked too hard, especially during the COVID pandemic, to not receive their well-earned honors. But before we get to the awards, we have a few messages and acknowledgments of appreciation. Thank you for all you do for highway safety, and I look forward to seeing you all again sometime in 2021.
Truck drivers are working overtime. They're braving the pandemic to deliver goods across the country.
Trucking moves America forward. So I want to say thank you to all the drivers out there, just like myself, that are doing their part to keep America moving.
There's 3.5 million truck drivers just like me, and we've been called to keep America moving forward. We all know that if trucking stops, America stops.
In the midst of this pandemic, unsung heroes on America's highways.
The truck drivers keeping America running and supermarkets packed with the foods and supplies that are in high demand right now.
We got a lot of trucks out here today. These guys are taking a break before they keep going. They're moving essential medicines, medical supplies, food, and goods to keep this economy moving.
Alfonso Lewis has been driving trucks for 30 years. He says right now the biggest thing he's delivering are medical supplies.
See a lot of masks coming in, gloves, sanitizers.
I'm a road driver here at FedEx Freight. What we do here is very important to people's lives every single day. We'll continue to deliver essential goods to our stores. And it takes great teamwork. And I feel very fortunate to have that here.
A West Virginia 13-year-old whose dad is a trucker using his allowance to buy food for other drivers.
My motto is, if there's no truck drivers out here, America will stop running.
Another woman offering a safe place to pull over and sleep, along with a hot shower and something to eat.
While still other children broke out markers and crayons to write thank you notes to the people they now look up to most.
I was thinking, who should I give it to? Because there's so many heroes here today. And I decided on the truck driver.
Amazing. Those are heroes, no exaggeration.
Thank you, truck drivers. Thank you, truck drivers. Thank you, truck drivers.
It's such a pleasure to join you in celebrating the accomplishments and contributions of Maine's impressive trucking industry. Your association's expertise and commitment keep Maine on the move, deliver so many raw materials and finished products in and out of our state, and are essential to our economy. The pandemic has made your dedication more important than ever. While life may have slowed for many here in Maine and across the country, truckers and their support teams have remained on the job. You are the backbone of our nation's supply chain, delivering food, fuel, and other essentials to the public. You keep our manufacturing sector up and running. Hospitals and other healthcare facilities know that they can count on you for vital supplies to be delivered to help them combat this virus. Maine is grateful to you. America is grateful to you. The awards that will be presented this evening for fleet and driver safety speak to your industry's commitment to safe travel for truck drivers and for the public. I congratulate each of the distinguished honorees. Your association and Brian Park, as your president, have been invaluable resources to me in my work on transportation issues in the Senate, where I chair the Transportation Appropriations Subcommittee. From legislation to move heavy trucks off downtown roads and onto interstate highways, to making hours of service rules for truckers more reasonable and effective, the MMTA and its individual members have always provided me with insight on policies that keep our economy growing while enhancing public safety. I'd like to give a special shout out to Barry Pottle for his leadership at the national level. It was great to have a Mainer leading the way on trucking issues nationally. You did a great job, Barry. Thank each of you for all that you do, especially during this challenging time. Have a great evening and stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
At every normal annual banquet, this is the time that we honor the achievements of two integral components of our industry's highway safety efforts. First are the professional truck drivers who won their classes and special category winners, including the grand champion. And the other group are the professional technicians who keep our equipment running safely and efficiently, who competed at the Professional Technician Skills Competition held in May. Unfortunately, neither competition was held this year due to the pandemic, but we are hopeful that the Super Bowl of Safety will be able to be held next year on May 15th. If you haven't competed or attended, I highly encourage you to check it out. It is truly a great day for our industry, our drivers, and our technicians. We are also excited to host the next generation of truckers for the 4th Future Trucker Competition. This is when students from our participating technical schools compete for individual team bragging rights on the same course as the professional drivers. It is a great event for the students and a great chance for the TDC drivers to mentor the next generation of professional truck drivers. Despite the cancellation of these great safety events, I'm happy to announce the 12 MMTA Drivers of the Month from 2020. January, Charles Mullen, Hart Transportation. February, Jeff Granholm, Hoddles Transportation. March, Thomas Blanchett, Walmart Transportation. April, Harry Von Haslin, R.C. Moore. May, Douglas Haskell, H.O. Bouchard. June, Lou Hodgson, Savage. July, Craig Bishop, R.F. Chamberlain. August, Andy Wood, R.H. Foster Energy. September, Rodney Johnson, Lynch Logistics. October, Brent Hinckley, Poland Spring Bottling. November, Brandon Weinman, Brown Dog Carriers. December, Thomas Kennedy, C.M. Brown Company. I will now hand it off to Colonel John Cody, Chief of the Maine State Police, to make the presentation to the Driver of the Year.
Hi, I'm Colonel John Cody, Chief of the Maine State Police, and I'm honored to join you virtually to recognize this year's safest and most professional truck drivers. On behalf of the Maine State Police, I want to acknowledge the 12 Drivers of the Month and congratulate them on their tremendous safety accomplishments and for their dedication to the profession and highway safety. It's wonderful to hear that added together, they've driven over 22 million accident-free miles. They are the best of the best. So congratulations to each of you. The individual chosen from this impressive group as the 2020 MMTA Driver of the Year is Brett Hinckley, a 36-year professional driver and 26-year member of the Poland Spring Bottling Team. Brett is a native Mainer, born in Lewiston and raised in Auburn, graduating from Edward Little High School in 1978. 4 years later, he answered the call to a career in the trucking industry by working for Pineland Lumber as a Class B driver. In 1984, Brett decided to advance in his career, upgrading his license to a Class A CDL, which is when he began driving tractor trailers for Reed Paper Company in Lewiston. He worked there faithfully until 1988, when he accepted a driving position with Bill Maher Transport. In 1990, Brett accepted a driving position with Poland Spring Bottling Tanker Fleet and worked there until 1991. After a short stint driving for Associated Grocers in Gardner, he returned to Poland Spring Bottling in 1994. Brett's record of service to his community is also impressive. In 2015, he was honored as one of the first Poland Spring drivers to participate in the Wreaths Across America convoy. He drove to Arlington National Cemetery to assist in laying wreaths at the graves of fallen American soldiers, which was a very proud time in his career. In the fall of 2019, Brett and 5 other members of the Poland Spring team volunteered to help a member of the community who had suffered a tragic, life-changing event that caused him to lose his sight. As a team, they cut, split, and stacked a winter's worth of wood so that family could be warm. When he's not driving, he enjoys being outside, including spending time at his camp hunting and fishing, as well as enjoying time to just relax with his friends and family. Brett is married with 2 grown children. Let me conclude my remarks by reading a portion of the Poland Spring nomination submission that encapsulates why Brett Hinckley has been chosen as the 2020 MMTA Driver of the Year. Brett Hinckley has driven over 2.5 million miles with no at-fault accidents. He has been a dedicated driver with Poland Spring bottling for over 24 years with minimal missed days. Brett has worked hard through his life to be a respected member of society and a professional commercial driver. After working with Brett, it's easy to appreciate his great personality, his sense of humor, and his strong ethics of hard work and dedication. Knowing what a safe driver he has been and continues to be, I'm proud to nominate Brett Hinckley. He has earned and deserves the title and honor of MMTA Driver of the Year. Congratulations, Brett. We all appreciate what you and your fellow professional drivers do every day for highway safety. Thanks and congratulations.
"2020 has been a year of endless challenges. But like our great industry, the American Trucking Associations hasn't shut down, backed down, or sat things out. We rolled up our sleeves and we're getting the job done. We began this year with tremendous optimism. The passage of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement and over half of a new agreement with China secured. These trade deals gave us confidence that 2020 would feel more like 2018. 2 months later, those hopes were dashed, replaced by a global pandemic that brought swift responses from all levels of government. The following national economic shutdown quickly spilled into the supply chain. Governors and mayors, many of whom have never worked directly with the trucking industry, issued decrees that prevented our members from serving customers, communities, and those most in need. And we all felt the result, with nearly 15% of our nation out of work, the highest unemployment rate since the Great Depression. ATA and our state association executives responded, securing federal essential status from the Department of Homeland Security and temporary FMCSA exemptions from hours of service requirements. We were able to secure the reopening of public rest areas shuttered by several governors. We got loud, taking our story about the vital importance of trucking to the national airwaves, drawing the attention and respect of our nation's elected officials. Our efforts brought ATA and its members to the table, including the President's Great American Economic Revival Advisory Group. Our chairman, Randy Gilliatt, testified before the House and Senate on the critical importance and timing of passing an infrastructure bill. And the ATA engaged on federal regulatory relief and permanent flexibilities, all while underscoring the safety and health of our industry. Our combined efforts have helped put America on a full path to recovery, and the numbers prove it. Unemployment insurance claims dropped from a peak of 6.9 million in March to 860,000 just last month, while the unemployment rate has been cut nearly in half. There's a lot more work ahead, but the results and the trends are very encouraging. Throughout this pandemic, trucking has done what it does best: care. Reflected in the mission of the Trucking Cares Foundation, we restocked depleted shelves and delivered medical supplies and test kits to first responders. At the same time, we kept our own safe, distributing nearly 1,000 gallons of hand sanitizer, 250,000 KN95 masks, and helped FMCSA distribute more than 1 million more free of charge. And we again answered the call when disaster struck, immediately responding to Hurricanes Laura, Sally, and Delta, bringing truckloads of relief to those displaced by damaging winds and floods. America is paying attention to trucking. In April, our drivers returned to the South Lawn of the White House, receiving the appreciation they deserve. The President and the Secretary of Transportation thanked God for truckers, and Americans agreed. Over 480 million social media impressions poured in, spurring a flood of earned thanks to the 3.6 million drivers for a job well done. 4 of our female America's Road Team captains, with a combined 7.6 million accident-free miles, took things further, drawing national attention when they drove our ATA image truck and a specially wrapped trailer from the steps of our nation's capital to Laramie, Wyoming, where Louisa Swain cast the first vote by a woman 150 years ago. Our image is what we make of it. These gains are significant. ATA members and drivers earned them all. And we did it not by seeking undue credit or attention, but by simply doing what's right. As the economy strengthens and capacity tightens, the shortage of drivers and technicians will return. Efforts to grow our talent pool continue, with added focus on better pay, benefits, and programs. We must continue our focus on hiring veterans and exiting servicemen and women. And with strong bipartisan support from Congress, FMCSA's new pilot program to train 18 to 20-year-olds how to safely and responsibly operate equipment, with training measures beyond anything 49 states currently require, is a major win for safety. This is my 5th MC&E address as your president and CEO. And each time I write my remarks, I'm reminded of the many reasons I love this job. We treat people with respect, loving each other as if members of our own family. We're unapologetic about our faith in God. We care deeply about our country, and we work hard, harder than most. So why dwell on the negatives when given reasons like these? It's no surprise that America has awakened to the trucking industry. Together, we inspire others. Together, we will win and grow. We always answer the call when our country needs us most. And as America's Road Team captains regularly remind me, trucking isn't just the backbone of our economy. It's the heartbeat of our nation. Thank you.
The 2020 MMTA Fleet Safety Awards are made possible by the generous support of Great West Casualty Company and are intended to honor our safest motor carrier members. To be eligible, your company must be a member of the Maine Motor Transport Association, and you must operate in Maine. Members are then placed in one of 4 categories based upon annual miles traveled. Group 1 is up to 1 million miles. Group 2, 1,000,001 miles to 4 million miles. Group 3, 4,000,001 miles to 9 million miles. And Group 4, more than 9 million miles. As we have done in previous years, we will also recognize companies with 0 crashes that are knocked out of the top 3 in their category due to their mileage. These wildcard companies are eligible for Grand Champion Award in the category because of their obvious efforts to achieve 0 crashes. The results this year again were unbelievably close. please join me in congratulating the following companies for their safety achievements. Under 1 million miles, Wildcard, J&S Oil Company, and Noria Energy. Third place, Sazerac Transportation, LLC. Second place, Brown Dog Carriers in Logistics. In first place, Savage Safe Handling. In the 1,000,001 to 4,000,000 mile category, the third place winner is Sibley & Sons Construction, Incorporated. Second place, Dead River Transport. And the first place winner is NRF Distributors, Incorporated. In the 4,000,001 to 9,000,000 mile category, the third place winner is H.O. Bouchard, Incorporated. The second place winner is Clifford W. Perham, Incorporated, Shaw's Supermarkets. And the first place winner is R.F. Chamberlain, Incorporated. In the over 9,000,000 mile category, the third place winner is Hart Transportation Systems, Incorporated. The second place winner is Pottles Transportation, LLC. And the first place winner is Walmart Transportation. As you likely already know, the companies in each category that were just announced are also selected to compete for the two coveted Grand Champion Awards, one for carriers with under 4 million miles and one for carriers with over 4 million miles. These awards are the highest safety honor presented to a member of the Maine Motor Transport Association and reflect the two carriers who have been independently judged to have the most outstanding safety record and safety program. Their submissions of the qualifying companies are judged by the Fleet Safety Award Panel, comprised of representatives from the enforcement community, the insurance industry, and Maine DOT's Office of Safety. All names and references to the companies are redacted before this panel reviews the submissions in order to keep their impartiality. When judging, their goal was to base their decision on the thoroughness and effectiveness of the company's safety culture and program, paying particular attention to the company's effort to exceed the minimum state and federal requirements. The winners of the Grand Champion Awards this year are under 4 million miles, Dead River Transport, and over 4 million miles, R.F. Chamberlain, Inc.
Hi, my name is Brian Park, and I am proud to be the President and CEO of the Maine Motor Transport Association. I want to thank you for watching our virtual banquet program, and I want to congratulate all of our safety professionals for their unbelievable work keeping America's economy moving and delivering important relief supplies during this pandemic. We should all be very proud to be in an industry that is so vital to so many, from hospitals to grocery stores to building supplies and home deliveries. Our drivers, technicians, safety teams, and dispatchers are not only essential as designated by the government, but it is now an irrefutable fact that the trucking industry plays a fundamental role in the daily lives of almost all Americans. To springboard on the positivity surrounding our industry's efforts during the pandemic, and to highlight the workforce development opportunities in our industry, I'm pleased to announce a new workforce development and industry image campaign that will be implemented in early 2021. Workforce development remains the #1 industry issue for most trucking companies, and MMTA hopes our campaign will provide a real start to filling the labor force shortage gap that so many are dealing with. The objectives of the campaign are clear. First, we seek to improve the public's perceptions of our industry, and 2, to motivate the right people to consider a career in trucking, as a driver, a technician, a warehouse specialist, or support staff. The intention is for the campaign to be agnostic when it comes to specific companies, areas of the state, commodities hauled, and the types of jobs in the industry. Here at MMTA, our belief is that a rising tide raises all boats, or trucks, if you will. We started this process by engaging a marketing firm by the name of Ethos to help us develop a strategic and creative approach to ensure our investment was going to be effective. What they found is an aging workforce dilemma, which tells us that we need to start a more relevant conversation with our younger people. We worked to identify some of the key barriers and developed a message that will motivate this target audience. The campaign is designed to help our industry go upstream and focus on getting young people into our industry earlier. We're talking Gen Z folks, between the ages of 16 and 30. Young people anxious to get on the road to life. One of the uncomfortable parts about our analysis is the reality of the way our target audience gets their information. My father got much of his information from the newspaper and Walter Cronkite. I get my information from news feeds and the internet. My Gen Z kids, however, they get it through social media and platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So that's how we will deliver our message in this campaign, on their platforms, not on ours. Don't look for traditional broadcast TV ads on the nightly news, and be prepared to get on your social media channels to participate and to provide us feedback to help make sure our campaign starts to move the needle. In our research, we learned that young people seek an exciting career, one not behind a desk or in a cubicle with little independence and few options to excel. And many say they want to see the world and drive. Others want to be home every night. Some want to be somewhere in between. And we can offer that. Either way, our campaign will promise one thing. When you choose an adventurous, high-paying career in trucking, you put yourself in control to live life on your terms. Our campaign is called Go Your Way. It will put people first and give our audience an inside look into what life in trucking can be from the perspective of those who do it. It will put our target audience in control of their destiny. It will be approachable and will honestly profile all that trucking can offer. It will help attract those with a strong work ethic and a desire to avoid a life of college debt to consider an exciting career with freedom and independence to go your way. A chance to grab life and live. Our messages will go well beyond just the rational benefits of good wages and career stability. It will provide the exciting choices a career in trucking can offer. A chance to live life on your terms, whether that's in the form of living where you want to in Maine, seeing all the world has to offer, or working on high-tech rigs. We have something for you. Our Go Your Way campaign will be mobile first and profile new video stories each quarter on social media. And when the campaign launches later in the first quarter of 2021, it will drive our younger people to an exciting website that will make it easy to match their personality to the job that fits them best. It will give them the information they need, even connect them to an advisor to help them determine which career might be best, whether that's as a driver, a technician, or a logistics support person that makes it all work. The Go Your Way campaign is designed to help our whole industry attract young people, people who will drive our industry for years to come. As we build out the campaign and move to implementation, we hope you will help us distribute the materials and links throughout your professional and social channels so we can get the greatest distribution possible. We hope you will connect us to fun stories and characters we can profile. It's an exciting time, and it's time to tell our story. I'm also happy to report that this campaign will be presented and distributed during the Maine Motor Transport Association's 75th anniversary celebration. That's 75 years of being the spokesperson for the Maine trucking industry, maintaining an outstanding reputation for honesty and integrity, and offering programs and consultation to member companies to keep them compliant, safe, and to save them money in the long run. So congratulations to MMTA on 75 years, and to Driver of the Year Brett Hinckley and the teams at Dead River Transport and RF Chamberlain for your Grand Champion Fleet Safety Awards. Our industry is proud of your accomplishments, and we look forward to seeing everyone next year, hopefully in person this time on January 6th, 2022. Stay safe and be well.